And we're on. It is now week 9. I wanted to start. I don't know if she is willing to talk about this, but I understand Justine is here tonight, and I understand she's very upset about some things that were said on Facebook earlier today from that I think Chris Birthright posted.
Oh, what would give you that idea?
You seemed pretty upset.
Well, he's an asshole. What do you want me to say?
You never did respond to him, though.
Oh, like, because I'm more mature than that, I guess. I don't know. I just thought it was immature and kind of retarded. Yeah.
To be fair, I will say this. I agree with you. However, I did find it funny. And because it was kind of true. You kind of dropped the ball last week.
I didn't really have many options last week because everyone's either injured or I had Bell on bye, which kind of really fucked me.
Wait. Your bench definitely outscored your lineup. That's
yeah,
not a good excuse.
Yeah, because I sat Bortles after he did shit for like weeks on end, right? Hearns, who generally doesn't do shit, but of course decided to have a monster week this week of all weeks.
Yeah, the week of all weeks.
And then Kansas City, I didn't anticipate them doing as well as they did in that particular matchup.
Well,
so
apparently Birthright knows all and decided to grill you as if the decisions you made were like the dumbest decisions in the world.
Coming from the guy that's last place in the league, yeah, I'll take advice from him.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, I will say this is the first time I've ever seen anybody in any league like with as bad of a team as he is just talk shit.
Well, that was kind of my thing. It was like, okay, so I had a bad week. You having a whole bad fucking season. Like, like where do you get off? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't see somebody. I mean, let's be honest. You don't see Glenn talking shit at all right now. Though Glenn's kind of making me laugh with his own Facebook post from Sunday on Sunday.
That was kind of funny, but
that was funny.
I laughed.
Yeah, he was a little salty. But like, I can understand his frustration, though.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like a lot of it for him's been like really shitty luck. Like that's what I went through last year. It was just like really bad luck. Beginning of the season, we all thought that he had a monster team, and it just hasn't worked out. So I can understand him being salty. Bastard Fish wins one game and thinks he's like all that in a bag of chips. Like, come on, bro.
This is the difference. This is the difference here. Like with the standings here, Glenn has scored 1,104 points, which is second most in the league. Chris has scored 896 points. I do find it kind of funny that if they play each other this week, and if Chris wins, he technically leaps over Glenn in the standings, which that would be really.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. That would be really funny. That would just be like the cherry on top of Glenn's season.
While.
What's that?
I laughed for a good while on that one.
I know. That I'm not even laughing at Glenn anymore. I kind of feel bad. I'm sorry. I just didn't see. I just brought up. I was going to start with the first game. I just didn't notice that James changed his team logo to Marks. That's actually funny. That's actually very funny.
He must be grouchy, Mike.
Well, apparently he's asking me if I'm grouchy.
Yeah.
Before James quit, apparently he was very upset about what you and I said about his team last week. So,
what did I say about his team?
What we said about sitting Tom Brady for Aaron Rodgers, or whatever. He apparently was insulted by that and wanted to rub it in our faces. Even though, quite frankly, he won his game 84 to 83, and
really,
yes, He won his game 84 to 83, even though Rodgers scored 33 points. So, I don't know what he's bragging about because other than quarterback last week, his team was absolute shit. So, Joe, you're playing James this week. This is the game of the week for obvious reasons. Joe, you still haven't lost. I say this every week.
I know.
It's getting very old. You still haven't lost.
I'm waiting. It's not like I'm trying.
I know you're. Well, obviously you're not trying to lose. You're in a bit of trouble this week. You do not have enough running backs to play.
I know.
With Blunt on the bye. You have Robert Woods playing wide receiver, which isn't a good sign either.
No, it's not. It doesn't help that Arian Foster retired on me.
Yeah, well, I think Arian Foster. I did find it funny. I will point out Arian Foster retired after Jay Ajayi. He had those 200-yard games.
Yeah.
So that was I feel like it was Foster's way of saying, all right, I'm not going to play anymore.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, it would be funny if I somehow beat James without an extra running back. I'm sure Larry would laugh hysterically.
That would be pretty funny.
Well, I would. Honestly, you're 8-0. If you wanted to try to do something goofy and play with 9 players, you're in a position where you could afford to do that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt you at all. But honestly, I'd rather you try and beat James.
You want me to beat him so you can get
at least try your best.
You just want to get ahead of him, Mike.
Well, honestly, James's team isn't too invincible. I mean, a lot of people are going to be hit by buys this week. This is like the second week in a row where bye weeks are just brutal.
There's teams on bye.
Yeah. I mean, James is apparently his new strategy is going with the wide open, the one running back lineup, which I already mentioned last week. I am not thrilled with this Ty Montgomery getting the CJ Spiller treatment. But
yay!
I'm picking James this week just because, Joe, your team. I think this is finally the week you lose, and it's nothing personal.
I think.
But I mean, if there's, you thought you were going to lose last week.
I had a feeling.
And you thought you were going to lose last week, and you won easily. So this week is different, though. James at least has Aaron Rodgers, who's going up against a lousy defense. Greg Olson's the best tight end in the league this year, and he's got you beat at wide receiver, Joe. So I think
Woods in there.
Yeah. So I think James wins. Larry and Justine, anything?
I think that Joe wins because I think that Marvin Jones is going to be not making that 12-point projection because he's going against Detroit. And Sterling Shepard hasn't been that well. And I didn't realize he's starting Cameron Bate at tight end. No way that works out good. I think Joe's going to be.
Sorry, I was going to point something out. Apparently, James thinks he has to play 2 tight ends now, even when he doesn't have 2 good tight ends to play. He's so obsessed with the 2 tight end thing. Anyway, I'm sorry. You guys can keep going.
He's following my lead, Mike. He sees I have 2 tight ends. He wants to have 2 tight ends.
Jesus.
Justine?
No, I agree with you, Mike. I think this will be the week that Joe finally goes down. I'm sorry.
Keep the dream alive.
I think he'll keep it close though. I don't think James is gonna kill you, but I think it'll be somewhat close. You just got to pick up somebody for your other running back slot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming. See, it's interesting because we're doing this Wednesday night this week, so we don't know who anybody's picking up in the morning. So I'm assuming, Joe, you put a bid in on somebody, or maybe not, because considering you haven't.
I still have bucks.
You have $100 still. So.
That has to impress you, Mike, that I have the record I have, and I haven't spent any of my allowance.
To be fair, you do need to pick up players in some way, shape, or form. I told you this. We're going to game number 2. This is Justine and John, 5-3 versus 5-3. Justine, of course, is coming off that pretty ugly loss, to say the least, against the league's worst team. John's on the flip side is coming off 2 straight wins and having caused Glenn to go into a fit on Facebook. So there's that. Apparently, John, I guess John's banking. He's got Derrick Henry in the lineup. I guess he's banking on DeMarco Murray not playing this week.
He's banking on DeMarco Murray having only half the snaps.
He must be. I know Murray hurt his toe last week, but I thought he was going to be okay.
Yeah, the MRI came back negative on that.
Okay. So he should, if he can play through the pain, he should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Okay. So Justine, I like how Justine, Blake Bortles after a big game last week, she puts him right back in the lineup.
Well, I didn't really have a choice because also I was on bye anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either that or somebody else. Everybody's got fucking 2 quarterbacks. Who do you want me to pick up?
Dana, for the record, I only have 1 quarterback.
What was that?
For the record, I only have 1 quarterback.
Oh shit!
All right, so you're probably like one of the only ones that does. Because there's like nothing good available. They're all probably just as shitty as Bortles anyway. So I don't know. I might make a last minute switch.
God.
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Comparator matchup.
Who do you want me to take? Kaepernick?
I can give you
Tannehill.
Your shitty quarterback, who's like, I don't even know if he's really your quarterback because y'all can't figure that out. Like, come on.
McCown did good last week.
Yeah, so did Bortles.
He got 20 points.
I didn't play him.
20 points last week.
Hashtag married life right here.
20 points.
Bortles did like almost 30?
Did Mike leave?
Yeah, where'd he go? Did he die?
He might have.
What the hell?
That's great.
Who made Larry a DJ? Oh, Mike left.
Yeah, we saw that coming.
I know. Why doesn't he get his new laptop?
I think he said something about a new wireless card or something like that.
Yeah, he's got to get up on that. I texted Glenn. I was asking him if he would trade Ingram, being that he wouldn't trade David Johnson. He wasn't thrilled at that because Ingram sucks, Glenn.
Ingram was benched last week.
I know. I had him in my work league. That was not cool. He had like 1 fumble for and 3 yards or something stupid.
Well, I mean, it was the second week in a row he fumbled.
What was that?
It was the second week in a row he fumbled.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, fucking Hightower, screw that guy. Oh, Mike. Who's winning the game? Fuck, I should look at that. Cubs. Are you rooting for the Cubs or the Indians? Or neither?
I'm curious. When Mike's not here, are we still live?
It says live. Corner.
Mine doesn't say anything at all.
Really?
No, ours does.
Ours does.
Mike, where are you?
Are you rooting for the Cubs or the Indians?
For the who or the who?
For the Cubs or the Indians in the World Series?
Watch baseball, so.
Oh.
All right, let me text Mike and harass him.
I can't believe that Chris James joined from Applebee's. Awesome. Oh.
There's Mike. Mike, I was about to text you. We missed you.
Oh, Mike.
We're live yet. Oh, crap. There it is.
Hello.
Mike?
Hey. Sorry, I had to reset my wireless thing. Hopefully that does not happen.
What are we gonna do with you? What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys caught me, heard what I said, but I said people like me like to keep 3 quarterbacks too. It's Justine off. So.
Yeah.
Of course, she's always welcome to trade for one, but. But apparently nobody's going to trade this season. So
Shit, when's the deadline?
it is the day before Thanksgiving. So 3 weeks from tonight.
All right. Gotta get on those trades.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I think we're going to have no trades this year because everybody's stupid. So just in general. It's such as Brendan's dumb negotiation with Birthright that's apparently going on Facebook tonight, which I don't even know what. So I will say Brendan did offer Chris a trade. He told me a few weeks ago, and it was so absurdly stupid.
What was it?
That it was basically he told me it was Eli Manning and Victor Cruz for Todd Gurley. And he thought Chris would take it.
That makes it so much better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Honestly, I'm picking Justine on this one. Sorry, Justine. Only because I think John, if he does in fact play Derrick Henry, I think that's not good news. I do know John doesn't have much options at running back with Lamar Miller and Jordan Howard on bye, so I think he's in a bit of trouble this week. I'm picking Justine. Joe?
I picked Justine. I mean, I like the depth she has. As long as your team holds together and, I mean, Bortles doesn't choke, she should be all right.
That's the key now, isn't it?
You're the one who picked, you drafted him.
Because last year he was pretty consistent. He wasn't obviously a tier 1 guy, but I mean he was okay, and I thought that I drafted him at a decent time. I thought I got a good value, but apparently he's just decided he's shitting the bed.
Whoa!
And oh my god, I love those.
Larry.
I think Justine will win. Only thing I'm worried about is Spencer Ware, because I think he's concussed.
He has a concussion, so I guess he's going through the protocol now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, in that case, I would probably just wind up bumping Ajay up there and then throw one of my other wide receivers in my flex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's going to...
I have options.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I'm up next with Mr. Trump. So that's another thing about Brendan. Apparently, he did tell me that he's planning to change his team name after the election.
Uh-oh.
So hopefully that happens, and this is the last week we have to look at Mr. Trump. Yeah, so this is a week I should lose because I have an entire bench full of guys on the bye.
Holy shit.
To the point that Steve Smith's probably not going to play this week. Randall Cobb might not play this week, and I have no one to replace them with. So, and I have one of Larry's Jets pull out on my lineup by default.
Bentley. Hi, Bentley.
Yeah, so I should lose, but then I look at Brendan's team, and he's still playing Chris Ivory every week. Ivory is averaging 3 points a game.
Wow.
He's consistent.
He's consistent. He can't find anybody that's not Chris Ivory. It's like a play right back. He also, I guess he thinks Kendall Wright's going to have another big game like he did last week because he's playing him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. See, this should be a week. This should be a week I should lose. However, I feel like I might actually win because Brendan's team, it looks so ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sorry. And Brendan with his comment on power and the power rankings being meaningless. All the power ranks show is that how lucky your ass has been the entire damn season.
Mike, I think Bentley's mad at you.
Bentley's mad at Brendan. I told him to do all to say this.
Like barking non-stop.
Bentley's also not happy because Brendan called him a coward. So he doesn't like Brendan either. So we want to win. Yeah, this matchup's actually looking pretty ugly on both sides. I don't know, Larry. I don't know.
I think that you're gonna win. I think that Cobb is supposed to be on the better side of playing this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be a monster, hopefully. And Julio, I mean, you might get lucky with Powell because I feel like Miami usually plays the Jets tough, so they could be throwing a lot more than that they should. So I feel like Powell might be have at least some decent upside. I mean, Ivory sucks. There's no way that fucking Kendall Wright gets 20 points again. Same with the Nunwa. I feel like the Dolphins generally play the Jets pretty tough, so I don't think that Nunwa is going to be that well. I think I vote for Mike for the win.
By the way, I forgot to mention this, Brendan. The Giants defense. Please find another defense. The 23rd. That's the bottom 10. I don't care if you're a Giants fan. It's bad enough that he still consistently plays Eli Manning, even though Manning's not startable in fantasy. But the Giants defense too. And he's freaking 4-3-1. I don't get it. Justine, I know you're not thrilled with Mr. Trump's team.
No. So I feel like every week that I pick Brendan to lose, he always somehow wins. So I'm literally gonna pick him in hopes that because I pick him, he'll actually lose this time.
All right, I'm okay.
That's literally my logic.
I'm okay with that.
Because I don't like his team. I don't understand why he wins half the games that he wins. But I'm gonna pick him anyway, just so that the universe will work with me here.
Some people, everybody else, I feel like they have some good luck seasons, some bad luck seasons. Brendan somehow has good luck every single freaking year, and it's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair. Joe.
Yes.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking you, Mike. I mean, personally, I don't see Jacksonville coming close to winning Kansas City. Kansas City has a strong D against the run. So Chris Ivory, if he puts up 3 points, that might be luck. Anything over 3 is going to be a miracle. But
yeah.
By the way, isn't LaShawn McCoy probably going to be back this week?
Possibly, but I mean, Chris Ivory's with Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know, but he also has Mike Gillislee still in his lineup. McCoy's backup.
I think McCoy was still questionable. I don't remember reading up on him. I mean, since he left Philly, I kind of stopped following him. But I'm a Philly fan. I still don't have Philly pick on my team at all.
I know. We're going to go to Larry's game. He's playing against Mo, who Mo's team has been sinking fast. She's gone from 3-2 to 3-5, 3 straight losses. Larry's team, Brendan is not alone in the good luck department here. Larry's won 3 games in a row, despite not having that good of a team.
Oh yeah.
I will say, Larry, you have to. Dez won you the game last week.
Yeah, I know. Throw up the X, Mike. Throw up the X.
Throw up the X. Yeah, so Dez did win Larry the game. Dez is presumably fine now. And I do like that Larry's going with the Prescott the Bryant combination against Cleveland this week.
Yep.
That's a safe bet.
No wonder Mike couldn't get the Dallas quarterback. Larry's got him.
I did, and I dropped them after the first week when they lost to the Giants. I drafted them.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, don't mention it. Yeah. Yeah, I will say Larry's team just looks ridiculous when I look at it every week with some of these guys, but with like Terrell Pryor, who apparently is in the top 10 in wide receiver scoring.
Yeah, he is.
And stuff like that. Apparently, Larry, you do not have a tight end yet.
Nope.
That's good. Larry still has about 1 million guys on the injured list.
Holy shit.
And that's not including two guys on the bye. I will say this much, however, and I know Larry has a ton of check marks.
What?
Mo is favored by 3, and her running backs are awesome. Her 2 running backs. I think Dallas is not going. I'm going to bank on Dallas not throwing the ball this week, all that much. So I think Larry's going to end up disappointed with the Prescott and Bryant production. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think Mo is going to upset Larry this week.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, Larry.
Mike.
I'm sorry. Well, I know after you picked me and everything. I don't know, Joe. Do you agree with me or no?
I actually don't. I mean, I'm looking at Larry's matchups. And, I mean, despite the recent trade that Cleveland made with New England for, a tight end, I still think that Dallas will beat Cleveland. Who, if I'm right, they're also winless this year, if I'm right.
Yes, you are.
And I just see Dallas having a very productive week. As to how much production Des Nuts gets, I'm not sure, but I'm sure he'll probably put up around his projection. But sorry, Mo, but I see the couch pulling out this one.
It's
Yeah.
So just wanted to know, James is actually at Applebee's with Mo. So she said hi for about 20 seconds, and apparently she said she doesn't come on here because she doesn't like hearing people trash her team.
But she can trash our teams.
What's that? Yeah,
she can trash ours if she wants.
That's the whole idea. Justine, what do you think?
There's nothing to think about.
There is stuff to think about. I mean, Mike does make a good point about her running backs are really good. I have some concerns about Michael because
he's a beast.
I want to slap you because I worry that Buffalo's gonna kind of stop him a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I mean, in my opinion, the Seattle offense isn't as strong as it should be. It has room to grow.
And Seattle's offensive line sucks. And Buffalo's defense is legit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what kind of has me concerned for Larry, just because that's going to be a little bit of a crutch. And I don't know what tight end you're going to pick up to try to make up some of the difference. But I think you'll keep it close. But I think Larry might sneak by and win.
Sneak by? I picked you.
I'm also picking you by a smaller margin, but I'm picking you.
In all fairness, Larry, you've reached the point where you're actually very much within striking distance of Justine, so she shouldn't win the division, so she shouldn't want to see you win either.
I know. That's
yeah.
It's kind of things are a little bit close right now.
Yeah,
I know.
And there's only 5 weeks to go, so.
You're gonna get 5 more wins.
If you want to have your undefeated season, you need 5 more wins, Joe. Yes, that's a lot.
I already made my statement in the record books.
Yeah, you did. So this matchup, I don't know. Woj doesn't normally update his team till Thursday night, so this projection is wrong. Rob's playing Woj. If hold on, I'm gonna have to leave you guys for a sec. But Rob apparently is projected to be a 52-point favorite. Which, that's obviously going to change. With that said, once Woj puts in some players, he's still going to be an underdog because he's missing DeAndre Hopkins and Zach Miller, who are two of his better players, and I don't even know who he has at running back anymore, considering he played Capri Bibbs last week.
Wow.
That didn't work out too well. I think he got 1 point, if that. I'm picking Rob. Joe, what do you think?
I believe in Woj.
What?
I think that Woj is going to have a favorable matchup.
No, I think Rob.
I'm trying to look at his bench and see like who would be subbing in here.
Oh, Woj?
Yeah. So he's got
Hyde.
Hyde, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably play. He's projected for like 16, so he would probably get swapped out for Bibbs. What else does he need?
He's a wide
receiver. I guess he'd probably put in either Austin or Jennings.
Sammy Coates.
I mean, I see it being maybe around like 15-point difference, but to me, that's within grabs, and I think you can win that.
That's true.
You think you're picking Woj to win?
Yeah, I'm picking Woj to win.
He also needs a defense. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he has to pick up a defense and kicker this week.
Yeah.
So he's got quite a few people to pick up.
Yeah, he's gonna be busy tonight.
Yeah, I'm guessing Larry is not. You're not picking him. You're not picking Woj, I should say.
No, I pick Rob.
Even I will say Rob is apparently going with the double Atlanta running back strategy.
Oh God, why?
I don't know. I don't know why people do this time and again. I don't even know who Teron Ward is. I don't understand people. I didn't understand Capri Bibbs last week. I don't understand Teron Ward this week. I don't understand people, their thought process sometimes. It doesn't make any sense to me. I also don't understand the Jets, why anybody in their right mind would play the Jets defense. This is another thing. Rob can't find a better defense. I mean, come on. 6.6 points a game?
You go to players, you hit position rank, and you go by that.
There is, I will say this much, there's a dozen defenses on free agents that are better.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, there's 28 other defenses that are better.
Right. And about half of them are unowned. Go find somebody. You can get them for free. Justine?
Woof. I don't know. I don't even know. Because, I mean, when Woj finally sets his lineup, I think his projection will actually be kind of close to what Rob is projected for. Once he, like, picks up, like, a defense and a kicker and stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm still gonna pick Rob, I guess.
I don't think it's gonna matter. Either of these teams are gonna end up going anywhere at the end of the day. But also, speaking of teams that are not going anywhere, Glenn, who has lost 5 in a row now. 5 in a row against Chris Berthwaite, who has won 1 game in a row. at 1-7. This teams that aren't technically. I mean, Glenn's team is good enough that if he could conceivably win 5 straight and make the playoffs. But considering the luck he's had this year, which is some of the worst luck I've seen in a long time,
and he needs a kicker.
Well, he needs a kicker, and even if when he brings in the kicker, he's only going to be favored to beat Chris by about 4 or 5, which is actually a bit surprising. A big reason for that is he was without his best player, David Johnson, this week. Johnson's on a bye, as is Deshaun Jackson and Jamison Crowder.
Ouch.
On the other hand, Chris, the one player he has on bye is Michael Floyd, which is a blessing for him because he'll actually stop playing Michael Floyd. So, even so, Chris still has. I mean, he's going with 2 Eagle wide receivers.
Eagle stack. Oh man!
I don't understand why people do this. I don't. This is like, and to be fair, Glenn has 2 Minnesota wide receivers.
Oh shit!
Like, I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. I'm like, I think people are doing this to troll me because they know how much it drives me crazy.
I actually haven't done that since the days of Kenny Britt and Anquan Bolden.
The days of Kenny Britt and Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, when they played at Tennessee.
Anquan Bolden never played for Tennessee.
Are you sure, Mike?
Yes. You're probably thinking of Nate Washington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I believe that's who you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure you also didn't have very good teams those years.
No, I had horrible teams.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
On his rookie year.
You know, as far as this game's concerned, I feel like every week I think I pick Glenn practically every week to win, and I'm always wrong. I'm so tempted to pick Chris to win this game, but I'm just going to pick Glenn because I can't pick Chris's team to win anything. This team's so bad. It's just bad. I already know Justine. I think she's mad enough at Chris that there's no way she's going to pick him.
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
I think it's just fun to watch Glenn's blood boil.
Well, I'm curious. That's the one thing. I'm curious. I really think if Chris wins this week and tries to talk trash to Glenn on Facebook next week, I think Glenn may actually go and kill him. Yeah, with the season Glenn's had, especially.
He's lucky that I'm just not because I'm normally I get pretty revved up and so I mean he's kind of lucky that I didn't come back and freaking maul him, but so no way that Glenn's gonna let it go.
No. So just for the sake of it, I kind of want Glenn to win just so nobody gets killed. Just because I think Glenn, we laugh about the bad luck he's had, but I think it's really eating away at him.
Isn't this the first year that Glenn hasn't made the playoffs?
No, he had one other bad year when we were in my senior year of college. Larry and Justine will remember that.
He was the highest scorer, or he got the highest score every week.
Yeah, it was the same thing, and it was the same thing, and it was funny because Glenn, he kind of just gave up and he said, "Okay, I'm going to lead the league in points," and then in the last week of the season, James passed him and ended up leading the league in points by 5. So he didn't even do that. Larry, who are you picking?
I'm picking Glenn. I think that his team's gonna roll. I mean, Theo Riddick versus Nelson Aguilar. No, I vote Glenn. It's gonna be a blowout.
This is gonna be the week Carson Wentz throws 5 touchdowns, 3 to Aguilar and 2 to Green Beckham. Joe, what are you picking?
I don't know. I just like to watch Glenn's blood boil. So I mean, if Chris wins, I mean that's a win for me. I'll just kind of laugh.
This is the thing. I actually think Chris could legitimately win this week.
Oh, I agree.
He actually has a decent chance, and I just don't know what's going to happen if Glenn loses. I really don't. And it is worth. I don't even know if we're still doing that trophy for the worst record, or if No has worked on that at all. But if Chris beats Glenn this week, all of a sudden Chris may be playing himself out of that trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn. If Glenn wins, if it'd be something if Glenn ends up with the worst record. It's just, I don't even know what I would say.
Have to frame it.
I don't think Glenn. I don't know.
Sorry, Glenn. I just like watching your blood boil.
I don't. I think he's gonna. I certainly hope Glenn's just focusing on his other leagues and just like ignoring this one. Hopefully he's doing better in those other leagues. All right, we're gonna wrap up because I'm very tired, and it's not. And unlike when we do it also on Fridays, it's actually a work night, which sucks. Yeah, I think I don't have anything else to say. I think I got all my rants out about Brendan's team that I wanted to get out. And I really, really want to beat him. So, Joe, anything you want to say?
Let me word this one right. James, you have a good team. I love you like a brother. You're great at fantasy. You're on a roll. Good luck this week, but I hope I win.
Hold on a sec. Actually, James texted me a few things, a few remarks.
Oh God.
Oh dear God.
He was upset, Joe. When he was logging off, he heard your comment that we were making about him not being on last week.
I was disappointed.
What's that?
I was disappointed.
Well, he says shut up, shut Joe up for me not trying to be here last week. So he wanted to tell you to shut up. I guess an hour ago or whatever it was.
Well, James, after that comment over an hour ago, I hope you lose.
Well, no. Then after that, he said LOL in a separate text, and then another separate text. He said,
I'll get you a beer if you win.
You're probably not going to see him for about 10 years.
I'll mail it to him.
Yeah, that'll be gross. Larry, do you have any NASCAR updates?
No, Brad Keselowski lost, so we're kind of not watching anymore.
Okay. I didn't realize he. Did he really?
Yeah.
What was that? Martinsville, right?
Well, he
wrecked
at Martinsville, and then
below the cut line.
And then his engine died in the middle of Vega. And he was kind of and he was like probably gonna win, and he needed a win, and so needless to say.
That sucks.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Do you have anything else?
The Cubs are winning.
The Cubs are winning. Thanks for spoiling the game for me.
What are you watching on? What are you gonna DVR it?
Nah, I watch them the day after because we don't have cable. So.
Fail.
Sorry.
Yeah. But no, that's okay. At this point, I'm 3 games behind. I did a good job of avoiding the results for the first 3, and then I just gave up. So I'm just gonna probably just crank them out in a few days or something.
Honestly,
honestly, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the series hasn't interested me that much. For some reason, so I kind of just been like, whatever. All right, that's it. We'll be back next week, probably on Friday, as usual.